What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah! Rob Van Dam, listen to True Heel Heat. Pow!
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion, MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that. Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 218, El Video Anniversario. Discussing last night's AEW Dynamite 6th anniversary, the October 1st, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite, as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of 59,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms for 6 years now of AEW Dynamite, Jimmy Macram. How are you feeling?
Better a second ago. Hello, ladies and gents. Hope you're all doing great. You should be. It was a very good show last night.
Yeah, nothing to complain about over here, but there's probably still going to be some complaints about the newest returning star to the company. But yes, we're going to talk all about last night's 6-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite, as we always do every Thursday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. AEWramble, the best AEW Dynamite review in the land. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. That helps out the YouTube algorithm also much. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comments section if you're watching us on demand. If you're watching us live with us, you can be a part of the conversation by sounding off in the live chat. Join the conversation, be a part of it. Let us know what you thought about last night's AEW Dynamite. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here. You want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel and make sure we highlight your comment on screen with us. You can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. Goes a long way to help the channel grow and move forward. And it keeps Jimmy Macram happy. So we always appreciate the support. We got in the chat with us Jimmy's favorite, Zach Minger, who says National Coffee Day, SP3 and Jimmy. Did you have your coffee today?
I did not. I haven't even had my soda today. Sir, can I ask you a question? What is this about? I'm just curious. It's like you tell it to everybody in your life and they all ignore you, so you come to your internet and you're going to tell us and get some validation from this horseshit you care about. No offense. I'm just wondering.
Why are you so harsh?
I'm just curious. That's all. I'm wondering. That's all.
He wants to let you know. He's being helpful. He's teaching.
How's this helpful to me?
He's teaching you. He's teaching.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
We also got Ace who says, "What's up, SP3 and Jimmy? Good to see you, Ace." We got Eric Isaac in the chat who says, "Hey, THH fam. How many members of the Don Callis family are they now? 75? Pretty soon we will have a Don Callis Wolfpack, just like the NWO in WCW."
Oh, let's go. That'd be dope.
I can totally see Takeshita being a better wrestler Kevin Nash and being the leader of Don Callis Wolfpack.
Sold up. I'm sold.
Andrade could be Don Callis freaking Scott Hall.
Oh.
He's got the cool vibes and the kind of the look that could fit Scott Hall.
He does. Can't talk like Scott Hall, but maybe he can. I don't speak Spanish. He might be fucking fantastic at talking. Yeah, I'm down.
And of course, Okada is Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He's like, not taking any bumps here, brother.
I watched the Hogan and Savage match from '98 the other day. Them niggas didn't hit the ground once. They did not hit the ground for 10 minutes.
Walking brawl, right?
Good on y'all, sir. Get paid.
Is this the one where Savage loses the world title?
Yeah.
Like one day after he won it? He did that twice in WCW.
Boy.
The Savage.
Hey, Randy knew the game. He knew the game.
Randy knew. He was like, I'm only going to make this kind of money against
this thing.
We got Great Card in a second who says, Sammy Guevara, if Roosh wants to walk with you somewhere, don't go. It's a setup.
Hey, Andrade is very ethical. He's a very ethical politician. He only hits people who he needs to hit. And only hurts companies. He doesn't hurt anybody else. Ethical politician. I appreciate you, brother. Keep doing your thing.
He just really believes in himself. Why is that so bad?
I mean, every time you think it's fine.
He is fucking the wrestling equivalent of Kyrie Irving.
And to be fair, every time you think, he really fucked up this time, it always works out.
Yo, it worked. It just hit me. It hit me like it came out my window. It came through the window. It hit me. I was like, who is this? Who is this to save? I was like, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving always thinks that he is bigger than the role that he has somewhere and wants to go somewhere else, and always kind of burns a bridge along the way. I've been hearing the comparison, which is very apt comparison because we grew up in this era. But this is the closest thing to Jeff Jarrett.
Wow. That is somebody who always failed upwards.
But no, remember Jarrett in the two year journey he had in 96 through 97, where he leaves he has to run with WWE. He leaves WWE like the beginning of 96, has a falling out with WCW by the end of 96, goes back to WWE, then he leaves WWE, goes back to WCW, has that whole run with Deborah, Mongo, and the Four Horsemen. Then he leaves there, comes back to WWE. He has what was it? Don't Piss Me Off. That was his gimmick. Don't piss me off. The guitars, the Deborah, the cat, that whole story, the China rivalry. Then leaves in 99 due to a money dispute where he tells you better pay me $100,000 or I'm not dropping the title to China. Leaves there, goes to WCW, does the run there for until the end where he becomes a world champion. Then he creates TNA, and then he has the similar thing with TNA where he leaves TNA due to the whole Kurt Angle thing with cheating with Karen Angle. That he leaves there, comes back, does the angle with Jarrett Angle and Karen. Then he leaves again, comes back again, leaves again, comes back as the Global Force owner, and then leaves again. And then eventually, that's when in the 2020s, he winds up in WWE, does that short run as like a senior director of something, and then goes to AEW.
It's a very apt description. Outside of the fact that he sucks. If it wasn't for that, it'd be a perfect comparison. No disrespect, sir. No disrespect, Jeff.
How do you even think that's logical to say no disrespect after you say you suck?
I want you to get paid, do your thing. I'm glad it all worked out. But we're not gonna pretend like you are fucking 5 times too many the world champion.
And he's like an 11-time world champion.
I'm going to count that all the whole shit. We're talking about the big one.
You're not counting the NWA world title runs? Because he was booking?
What is this, 1983? No, I do not.
I win the title. Big Beats says, is this the first AEW to WWE to AEW? It's the first WWE to AEW to WWE to AEW.
And if I had to bet money, I don't think we're done. He's only 35 years old.
Yeah, I don't think he's done. But he does like whatever amount of time, whether it's like a 2-year deal, a 3-year deal, he needs to be on his best behavior. He's kind of like the equivalent to Punk was when he first comes back to WWE, not in for his star power, but as far as you better be on your best behavior because you already burned the bridge over there. If you want to make big money in this business and in the United States, you got to be on your best behavior this round.
Yes. I am not anti-tampering, by the way. Fuck them. I mean companies in general. But there is no way on earth Andrade burned that bridge without knowing what was going to happen afterwards. There's just no way. It just didn't happen. Definitely made that phone call before he left. Sorry.
But not a lot of people bring up the fact that he was over this WWE run like in record time. Like it took a year and change and everything that happened in WWE for him to be like, and the brawl out within the AEW for him to be like, yeah, I think and the booking he was getting as well. All of those things had to come together for him to be like, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here. I want to see what I could do with Triple H. He was good with me in NXT. Let me get the fuck up out of here. Literally, it was like mere months. Remember last year when he started putting out the tweets? The one sitting on the stairs waiting. The whole messages. The whole messages where he was bigging up his time in AEW. Yeah, like yo, it was record time. He was like, nah, this wasn't what I signed up for.
Well, yeah, probably only went there to be with his fucking wife.
That too, yeah. He probably tried to save his marriage, and that didn't work out. And he was like, I mean, he did get divorced, so we all were under the understanding that he went back to WWE at the beginning of 2024 to not only Triple H is there. A lot of people are saying it's better, but he wanted to be with his wife. That was one of the major reasons everybody said he was going there. And then months later, they got divorced, and then around that time, that's when he started putting out the tweets.
And listen, as much as I love Andrade, one of my favorite wrestlers to watch ever, you do need to have a discussion at some point. I tried to have it a few weeks ago. You do have to have a discussion about what this man thinks of himself, right? I mean, no disrespect, but I might love you. But if Vince, Tony Khan, and Triple H don't, these are three people who can't agree on fucking anything. But if they don't love you, maybe there's some things you need to fix, sir. English would be a start. I'm going to give that a shot. Don't mind. I'm here to help.
But you remember when he leaves AEW, it's not like he's leaving and like they're escorting him out of the door. Like kind of what they did for like just granting the releases of like Malachi Black and Miro. That's basically them. They like, all right, let me just escort you out the door. They wanted to re-sign him. He turned down a contract extension with AEW, and remember that last 6 months of his run in AEW is probably the best run of his whole entire time there.
Well, that's not hard.
Yeah, also true. But that's the Collision run and the Continental Classic, and he was doing good stuff around that time. So I think that he understood that Tony saw him in a certain position that actually Triple H saw him lower than. And I think that had something to do with his decisions.
Andrade couldn't get any traction, even after the stuff with Mello. Every week they had a good match. Every week they came out to silence. I'm sorry. That's not what we hear about over here. Meanwhile, Naomi and him came back at the same time. Naomi blew by him because she does what they do well, and Andrade can wrestle. There's a difference. Sorry. It is what it is.
Yeah. That's so true. It's very true. We got his first super chat donation here from our good brother Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. Here's the mic.
Speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Siobhan. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's fucked up.
Chuck Berry says, this super chat is a request to hear the Andrade bumper. Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Not sure why it's funny to me. He says.
It's so good. He was so good in his limited time speaking in promos. Yeah. He was so good. It was so good in AEW.
Just keep him 2 lines.
2 minutes. Say something funny and get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Chuck Berry says, "What's good, THH fam? Don't mind me, of course. I'm just clowning. But last night, Dynamite was great to me." We got Frantic World, who says Andrade went from being in a tag team in WWE to now being in a possible match with Kenny Omega in AEW.
Well, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Fucking Perry thought he was going to match with Kenny Omega too. Stupid. Not you. Oh, Perry.
And the way Don Callis said they took out Kenny Omega. So knowing the frequency in which we get Kenny Omega write-offs, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Your tone about Andrade has changed significantly. It only took an appearance in AEW. That's impressive. How'd that work out?
Oh, Frantic.
Yes, he's so fucking phony. Good Lord.
Big Man Dogs in the chat. Good to see you. He says, I've been told that heard he can't cut a promo in Spanish either. Great.
Oh, shit. Oh my God. That's outrageous. Come on, man. I mean, well, to be fair, if you can't talk, you can't talk. It is what it is.
That's why they did the easiest moves they could do for someone who can't talk, but is a great wrestler. Put the heat magnet in his corner. You might, I think we're gonna do we're gonna do like the tier list. We need to do like awards. If we talk about like MVPs for the year for AEW, Don Callis might be up there.
Don Callis is definitely up there.
He's definitely up there. Like he's been a storyline crutch for Tony this whole year.
That's a good way to put it too. He'd be behind Hangman, I suppose. That might be it. Tony Storm, I guess you guys love her. Yeah. Then we'll do fucking Callis.
Alexander Fitzgerald says Don Callis is the Rob Pelinka. He'd be making the impossible signings.
Right.
He'd be Jedi mind tricked WWE like Nico. He's a disciplinary issue. Let him go.
Fucking Andrade. Holy shit.
You know, like that's ridiculous. Imagine like the 2017, 2018 Golden State Warriors adding Jimmy Butler. That's the equivalent of what we're seeing with the Don Callis family. Alexander saying it. They're the Lakers of wrestling. We also got Alexander who says, oof, that Jeff Jarrett, Kurt Angle, Karen Jarrett feud was awkward to watch. I thought it was entertaining as hell. I'm not gonna front.
Fucking gross. You know, Kurt was over. He didn't give a fuck about these people.
He was putting on bangers with Jeff. Yo, he put on some of the best Jeff Jarrett matches ever.
That's not surprising. I can't think of one Jeff Jarrett match I didn't like. I didn't hate, rather. I wasn't filled with plunder.
Yeah, all his matches are filled with plunder. That's just his style.
Style is I can't wrestle. No disrespect, sir. I'm joking.
No disrespect.
I'm joking.
You say he can't wrestle.
Like, he can.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
He can obviously wrestle. He's a wrestler. That's all. Clearly joking.
Clearly. What's up, Isaiah's World? Good to see you in the chat today. He says, was watching ITW on delay, then saw you was live. So shit, what's up, everybody? Thank you for explaining the Joe and Hangman shit. I saw so many people was lost. They need ABC shit. This is what we're here for. We're here to people thought that the whole post-match is where it all started with Joe and Hangman. But like they either forget like their interactions from last year and the triple threat at Revolution, or they missed there was a moment on Collision. They did a promo with them from Dynamite where Hangman basically interrupted Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe gave him a look like he gave him a look like you got one more time. You got one more time. You got one more time to disrespect me like that. And what we saw, and then in the matchup during the match, I was gonna bring this up when we get to the match, but I'll bring it up now. Hangman takes the tag from Joe.
Yes,
which sounds like a funny reason for a world title feud, but I love the simplicity of it.
So that seems to be a theme of Hangman's run so far. I don't hate it, especially since we get Joe instead of Claudio, which I got really nervous about towards the end of the fucking match. When it looked like Claudio was gonna get that win, I was like, "Holy shit, we are not," and we didn't. Thank God. Please and thank you.
We got Dusty Smirking Revenge, who says we've got to see Andrade back with LFI at some point, right? We'll see how he's booked, but could be a cool boost for the group. Unfortunately, it would have just balanced itself out, Dusty. Like, that's why I'm happy he joined the Don Callis family, because if he joins LFI, he's joining LFI. It's not him boosting up or elevating LFI. It's him just joining what LFI already is functioning as, which is trio to the stars.
Jimmy Butler's a good example. You're not going to build a team around Jimmy Butler. He's make a good team great, make a mid-team good, but he can't fix something that's broken. He's just not that guy. He's not fucking LeBron James. Take it easy.
He's not what?
Even though he thinks he is. Love you, Andrade. Just saying.
He really does. He's not a catalyst. He's a great in-ring worker, but he's not a catalyst.
No.
Venom Hernandez says, hopefully Tony Khan promised Andrade a main event title picture this time around.
Nigga, if you called me while you're with your girlfriend, I mean, what's your boyfriend rather? I'm promising you shit. You'll take whatever you can get, good buddy. Stop it. Okay.
I think he promised them a program with Kenny Omega.
Promised you a job, nigga.
That promised him 6 figures. That's all he needed.
Shut up.
Benny says Andrade put people over on his way out, and Tony was like, "Hey, nice to see you, Manny."
I don't remember any of this.
He was in the Continental Classic. He had a fantastic match with Bryan Danielson. This was when I don't know if you remember. I remember the matchup particularly because that was when Bryan was wearing the eye patch and Andrade just started ODing on his eye and just fucking him up.
I remember that match because I remember people, it might be this channel, arguing over whether or not that was a dream match because they already fought before. It doesn't matter. No is the answer to both of those questions. It is not. Number 2, and perhaps more importantly, is this one of the people he put over on his way out the door? Look, I'm a good guy.
He beat Bryan.
I remember that. Who did he put over in that run?
Eddie Kingston, because Eddie won the Continental Classic. I believe Claudio picked up a win against him. I think Danny. That was when Danny Garcia only had 1 win in the Classic, and that was over Brody. So yeah.
So we got Eddie Kingston, Miro apparently, and
Miro was at World's End 2023, but I wasn't gonna count him because I thought you were asking who he put over that's still with the company.
Oh, I mean, who would he put over that was beneath him? It sounds like nobody.
Eddie Kingston.
I'm not saying he's.
No.
No.
He was on the same level as Eddie Kingston.
Well, he certainly was not. Let's not get crazy now. Let's not do Andrade rewrites. I'm not knocking his losing matches. I'm just good for you. It's a good right idea, but let's be careful how we use certain terms. That's all. No disrespect.
Alexander Fitzgerald says when WWE announced they brought AAA, you could see Andrade just rolling his eyes in the background.
He was probably thinking, I can't believe I wasn't consulted about this. They called Triple H. They called fucking the guy. Nobody called me. Fuck.
He called Travis Scott. They called me.
No, sir. You're not quite important. No disrespect.
Oh man, Dusty says you guys need a new bumper with Kevin Kelly butchering Andrade's name.
Ooh, that sounds funny.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. We got Big Red Dice who says Callis is playing FIFA career mode with these signings.
It is kind of absurd. There's now officially a Big Four, so that's a win.
Yeah, they do. They do have a Big Four now. They definitely do. There's no question.
By the way, I do want to, before we get to it, because I won't remember by the time we do it. What was the quietest part of the opening match? Spoiler alert: it's Josh Alexander and his offense. Dead fucking silence for your stupid German suplexes and your shitty ankle lock. Absolutely. The crowd was going nuts the whole time until he got in there and took center stage. I know y'all think you think I'm hating, but is it the truth? The only question. No disrespect. I'm just asking.
I don't think something needs to be, true or false to still be hating.
Okay. That's fair.
So
that's fair.
So to be fair.
But is it true though? Okay. I do want to ask that. Is it true?
I wasn't taking, I didn't put that in my mind.
Well, think back. It was only fucking yesterday.
My memory ain't that good, I got other things on my mind. But what did you think about the crowd last night in Hollywood, Florida? Felt like a WWE crowd to me.
Yeah, they were fine. How many fucking people were in there?
Let me check here.
I didn't love the way the building looked. It felt like we're back to the bad old days. I've really been enjoying outside the East W Arena. I really been enjoying the look of the smaller arenas. Instead of that fucking shithole in Philadelphia for some reason.
I can't get over it.
What the fuck are we doing?
He's been complaining about that ever since it's been on his television. He's like, this disgusting thing.
Oh,
it's
good
been on my
Lord.
TV for weeks.
It's like every week,
I swear.
you're trying to get a girl. Why would you leave the house in fucking ripped up sweatpants? What are we doing?
So the building holds 6,000 without any of like production or anything, and AEW had about 3,700 in the building.
That's fucking pretty good. Then the crowd's kind of ass. No disrespect.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was more like a WWE crowd. There was a lot of reaction for entrances, for big moves, and like big spots in matches.
And no patience for motherfuckers talking too slow. Holy shit.
Oh my god, I wanted to castrate all of them.
I thought we're past this.
They might be my LV. They might be my LVP for that, just alone.
Like, it's been like 2 years since Tony Storm got fucking wooded. What the fuck is going on?
I was like, I hate this. I hate this fucking crowd. I hate this shit. I hate the yellow seats. I hate the yellow stairs. I hate everything. Hollywood, Florida. How dare y'all have the name Hollywood? Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Anyway, I thought it was ass. But the 6-year anniversary, you come on air with Excalibur, Taz, and Bryan Danielson welcoming us to the show. They run down tonight's card. They mention that the mixed tornado tag team matchup between Darby Allin and Kris Statlander versus Willa Yuta and Marina Shafir will be the main event of the show. And they show us that the opening matchup will consist of the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega and the AEW World Tag Team Champions Brodido. But before that, we see what the Young Bucks were into earlier in the day. Young Bucks were outside the Hard Rock Casino, Nick Jackson's favorite place in the world, he says. Matt has an idea for a grand entrance tonight. So he goes to basically plan it out. While Nick took Brandon Cutler, who was behind the camera, they mentioned that Brandon Cutler only accepted the job due to paying him twice his pay. But he followed Nick around as he hit the casino with his bag of money to the high-limit slots room. We then cut back outside where Nick looks obviously dejected and upset over what happened in the casino. Matt Jackson comes in. And he tells him that the pyro, the confetti, they got live tigers and alligators possibly coming down the ramp during their entrance. He says all he needs is the bag of money. He grabs the bag and he notices there is no money left. Nick couldn't even make eye contact with his older brother. This was a nice little production moment for the show where they went from this shot to the Young Bucks in the ring with the similar facial expressions with Matt looking at Nick, as it says, the graphic says, the broke Bucks, account balance $0 above it. As the Young Bucks are here, the broke Bucks, they are here to team up with Josh Alexander to face the returning Kenny Omega and AEW World Tag Team Champions Brodido. The returning Omega got a ton of pyro, leaving Taz to wonder if that was what the Bucks were hoping for. No to alligators or tigers, though. Don Callis joins the commentary team, who called Alexander a real Canadian who's tough, unlike Kenny Omega, who's been out with injury so many times this year. Both Canadians start things off here. Alexander avoided an early "you can't escape." Matt tagged in, but was immediately face-planted by Omega. Fast tags by Brodido as King squashed the Bucks with a senton, while Bandito connected with a springboard. You get flying out to the outside. You get an assisted springboard moonsault onto a pile of the heels by Bandito and Brody. Back inside, King body slammed everyone in his path onto Alexander, including his tag team partners. Eventually, Bandito reversed another slam and body slammed Brodido onto Alexander in a fun little spot. You get another moment where Kenny Omega and Brandito started doing the Macarena. You get Omega tagging in. He starts going wild. Bandito hits a Casadora and cutter combo at another point. Then you get Nick Jackson, who just starts going crazy. You get a trifecta corner attack by the heels. Alexander hits an assisted torture rack spinning slam as Nick Jackson fluidly just goes to the ropes, does a springboard dive to the outside onto the AEW World Tag Team Champions. We come back from a commercial break. Omega's making his comeback, suplexing Matt into Nick, who is in the tree of woe. We get a hot tag to Brody. The Bucks avoided splashes in the corner before Bandito got a blind tag. King mowed down through Matt at one point with a sliding lariat. Alexander caught Bandito with a slam on the apron. The Bucks ramped up their offense as they started going crazy. Omega cut them off and took them all out, all the heels, with a Terminator dive. Bandito went to 21 plex, but Nick landed on his feet. He backflipping Bandito into Alexander's clutches. King and Omega returned to help as Bandito, to help Bandito. And we got triple tombstones by the baby faces. Whole thing breaks down where all the baby faces are left in the ring with Josh Alexander. He gets a series of powerbomb, V-trigger, another V-trigger. Then he gets the 21 plex into a freaking one-ring angel. I was like, God damn, they done murdered this man. The babyface get the win, Kenny Omega and Brodido. I thought this opener was awesome. The crowd was into it. I thought everybody was on point, including Omega, who looked great here in his first match back in a month. Post-match, Brodido celebrated up the ramp while Omega stayed in the ring, looking at his former friends in the Young Bucks. But he was interrupted by Alexander with a big boot, who started attacking Omega. He pounced him, looking for the Young Bucks to help him out, but they hesitated before the Jurassic Express music hit. Out comes Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, slowly walking down to the ring, staring down with the Bucks, all while Alexander is not paying attention, just beating the crap out of Omega. Perry laid out the Bucks with double DDT before Luchasaurus hits a double chokeslam. Alexander went after Perry. Perry fired off a pump knee, leading to Omega hitting a Snapdragon. But then once Omega got his sights on Perry, he started shoving him, telling him that he didn't forget when the Elite did a stretcher job on him last year. Perry shoved Omega out of the way and did a big dive onto the Bucks as he and Luchasaurus fought with them to the back. Omega was left in the ring alone. He cuts a promo saying that he's been here for 6 years since day one, seeing the highs and lows, the highest of highs, lowest of lows. Many fans have been there since the beginning. If this is your first show, that's fine too, as he appreciates and values them. They've even lost some along the way, but Omega is a better person because of everything that's happened and looks forward to the future. Omega hits his goodbye and good night catchphrase, and all ends well until the lights cut off. When the lights cut back on, a masked man is standing behind Omega. Great camera work here. As he reveals it is Andrade El Idolo. Huge pop for Andrade once he removed the mask. Omega was then laid out by Andrade, who hits him with the message, the underhook spinning DDT. Don Callis then jumps into the ring. He very hesitantly walks over to Andrade. He extends his hand and they shake hands, with Andrade becoming the newest member of the Don Callis family here. They pose over Omega as Omega is down here, and Andrade is back in All Elite Wrestling in what has to be one of the craziest timelines that we've seen in the modern era. Just to break it down, I downloaded this thumbnail here that was made that I saw online here. But this is a timeline breakdown of the Andrade saga that we've seen over the last 4 years. March 21st, 2021, Andrade leaves WWE. June 4th, 2021, Andrade debuts in AEW. December 30th, 2023, Andrade leaves AEW. January 27, 2024, Andrade returns to WWE. September 13, 2025, Andrade leaves WWE. And October 1st, 2025, the 6th anniversary of AEW, Andrade returns to AEW. Jimmy, a lot to unwrap here with everything. We'll start from the beginning. You can start from there and work your way through it. The Bucks losing all their money that they got from a couple of weeks ago. The matchup, the trios opener, and then everything that went down with the post match with Jurassic Express, the Bucks, Josh Alexander, Kenny Omega, and then the return of Andrade.
As far as the Bucks go, I was actually really impressed with the discipline they showed, with them being EVPs, getting fired, and then going through it and then getting their money back. I thought that was a really cool 5-week story. And I wanted that shows a lot of discipline I usually see from the Bucks. Usually they drag these things out for fucking ever. And here we are. Of course. Never let myself down. Don't ever doubt yourself, Jimmy. There's no reason. There's no reason to. So yeah, there's that. Boo. In case you're wondering. As far as the match goes, I love this fucking match. I was shocked how much I love this match. Since the only person I actually like in this match is
You like Omega and Brody. Like, come
I
on.
like him. I like Omega, but he doesn't look the same these days. We can be honest about that. He looks
I
like
thought he
somebody
looked great here.
He looks like somebody who's been blown up recently. No disrespect. I don't mean cardio wise. I mean like in a fucking car bomb. No disrespect, sir.
Jesus.
Watch Kenny Omega from 6 years ago. So it's the same guy. Stop it. Yes, the match was great. I love every part of this match. I thought the spots were mostly not ham-fisted. I thought the psychology was solid, and I thought everybody had a chance to shine. And 5 out of 6 did shine when they got their chance. One notable exception. I don't care what anybody says. It is what it is. Watch the match. Rewatch the match. Tell me if you agree.
This Josh Alexander hate has gone so far. Jimmy said Matt Jackson shined, not Josh Alexander. That's insane. I think we just set a record on this show. This is unprecedented.
It is what it is. Matt didn't overstay his welcome. He did what he had to do. And the crowd responded. Probably comes next to Nick, but that's not the point. The crowd responded. Josh went in there, and you guys talk about how great of a fucking wrestler he is. Yes, everything's very technically sound. It's also sauceless. It is completely without any charisma or anything interesting at all. Holy shit. I am jarred by it. Since you all said he was Kurt Angle. Not you, but quite a few people said Kurt Angle-esque. Stop it. Please don't do that. Please don't fucking do that ever again in your life. Andrade coming back. Good for him. I'm very happy for him. John Callis family. Perfect. He can't talk. John Callis loves talking, and he gets a lot of heat. I thought Callis was good on commentary, by the way, even though Callis and Taz and Excalibur tried to trip him up several times. He had an answer every single time.
It might be too early to call it, but Brian is so much better than the both of them.
Oh, that's not too early to call it. What do you mean? I'm better than both of them. Never commentated a thing in my life. This was great. I loved all of this. This is top tier shit.
Yeah, really strong way. When I figured out when I looked at my phone after the segment was over, I was like, "Damn, that was the first 30 minutes."
Right?
That's efficient as hell. They check so many boxes. Like they set up Andrade's return, him joining the Callis family, and a feud with Omega. They continued whatever the story they're doing with the Omega and the Bucks. They continued the story they're doing with Jurassic Express and the Bucks. They also continued the story between Brodido and Don Callis family, which we would get the next chapter of what's coming next later on in the show. So this was effective as hell for first 30 minutes of the show. Great.
Absolutely. And they were hyped up that fucking Jurassic Express return, and it was 2 minutes. Fantastic. Good job.
Yo, they hyped it up like it was going to be one of the big segments on this show. And it came out for 2 minutes, and you probably forgot after Andrade returned that they were out here.
God. Good on you. You probably rewatched that fucking Beethoven segment. Oh, right. I can't do that. No, you cannot. Do not give that nigga a microphone. Sorry.
Oh, man. We got Isaiah's World. They said Kenny was beat the fuck up so much he turned towards the hard cam, only for Bandito to turn him around and face the hard cam. Kenny head was spinning.
That boy's on his last legs. Sorry.
Oh, it is the last run. There's no doubt about it. Like when you put on those type of matches that he did a decade ago or 9 years ago, then it's no wonder. You got Tanahashi out here, 48 years old, walking around like he's 70.
Please don't. Kenny, let it go.
Yeah. Like it's best for him to finish after like a year. Like 2027 should be the max.
Yeah. I don't want to bring us down, but the longer you go, you're not supposed to. You hear Mick Foley and Kurt Angle talking about they don't remember things that they should remember. Yeah, like just don't.
Yeah. And you're one of the all-time greats. Your legacy is already intact. That's why I'm like I wasn't complaining about like Brian saying that he was finishing up last year. It's like you're like there's nothing else you could do. Like this run that he had in AEW, that was enough to put the cherry on top of his legacy.
Perfect.
We got Benny talk about the first segment saying this was a PTE sketch, which is a perfect way to introduce PTE type sketches to TV. And it was a good way to kind of call back to the original kind of groundswell of fan support that these guys had at the beginning of AEW was due to PTE.
You know what? Just give me hope. This was just for the anniversary show. And not going to be a continuous fucking thing. If we wanted it, we watched fucking BTE, pardon me, but we don't. Good Lord.
I doubt it now that you said it. We know TK watching. The broke bucks is crazy. That was funny when they said that, the graphic. No, I'm fine, Power Drive finisher, with this Kenny Omega promo. The Raw speech, if it just was the Raw speech and that was it, I would have been like, man, he wasted our time those last 2 minutes. But the fact that it was just a Raw speech to get us into that false sense of security before the Andrade return, I think it worked perfect here.
I didn't think it was great, but I didn't mind it. It was the anniversary show. Cody's not here. Who's going to cut this fucking promo? Okay, you're up.
Nope. Dion says Andrade is hilarious. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Just anything he's done in the last 4 years is funny.
I don't know how it keeps working out. It's jarring.
How does it work out? How did you leave the biggest wrestling promotion in the world after seemingly burning your bridge at the second biggest wrestling promotion to walk right back in 2 weeks after you got fired?
To a top program. What the fuck? What the fuck?
To the top heel faction. Like,
That's
what
a
the
bitch?
fuck?
My man.
He probably calling up Phoenix and being like, man, I'm just gonna tell you, it's not so bad over here anymore. It's not so bad.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a really mixed bag of people it's worked out for and people it hasn't worked out for. I would say it's about 50-50.
Well, it's not 50-50 when it comes to people that get fired. It's actually the other way in regards to.
What do you mean? Oh, I'm talking about from AEW to WWE.
Oh, from AEW to WWE?
Yeah. There's Cody and Punk and Penta.
Yep.
And now you guys don't like the way she wrestles, but it's certainly worked out for Jade. Phoenix, I would say she's a star.
She was a star before.
Great, so it's worked out. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't understand what the complaint is.
I don't think it's worked out for her. That's all I think. But
I'm very curious to hear this logic.
I think it's just like it's a lateral move. It's not like she's like Cody went from AEW at a certain position,
went to WWE's top star.
Well, Cody's on a different planet than everybody else.
Yeah, I know. But Punk, I also think that it was kind of a lateral move for Punk. Punk was a top star in AEW. He's top star in WWE. Hasn't made him more of a star.
Fair enough. Then here's my here'll be my point, I suppose. If you're going from 2 to 1 and you stay the same, that's an upgrade. If you go from the top guy, if you go from the top, the second promotion to the number 1 promotion, that's an upgrade. You go from the best player on the second best team to the best player on the best team, that's an upgrade. Just by definition, it is.
Okay, I can understand what your line of thinking is. I just don't think it's been a positive move for Jade. I feel like it's more put a spotlight on some of her weaknesses, and it's kind of made fans kind of feel like she's not long for this. Which I think that some fans had that feeling in AEW, but I think it's more prevalent in WWE. And I thought the whole point of her going to WWE was to open up opportunities outside of WWE, and I haven't really seen that yet.
Ethan Page, I think, is definitely someone who's benefited. I think Ethan Page is honestly behind Cody as far as like AEW to WWE runs.
We're using two different metrics, clearly. I'm so very confused. Going from AEW to NXT is not an upgrade to me. I don't care how well it's working out. No disrespect.
He did not go from AEW to NXT.
I love that. We're not going AEW to ROH. We're not going
NXT. That is an upgrade from AEW little redheaded stepsister AEW Dark in Disguise brand to the third brand of WWE, because it's not a developmental. They have 4 developmentals now. They have Evolve, they have LFG, they have TNA, and they got AAA. NXT is the third brand. He went to the third brand. He's a top star in the third brand instead of the red stepchild that's watched by 10,000 people. That's an upgrade.
This is outrageous. I'm not going to have you do the swerve. I'm not going for this. So if you go from fucking 600,000 people to 1.5 million, that's not an upgrade?
Watched by more people? But is she in the top 5 stars in the women's division?
On SmackDown, she certainly fucking is.
Okay, so we're just doing it by brands now.
You just said the NXT was the third brand. That's why he was big over there.
Is she in the top 3 on SmackDown?
Yes.
No, she's not.
I'm listening.
It's Tiffy, it's Charlotte, it's Nia.
Charlotte, no disrespect.
Or Alexa, if it's not Nia, it's Alexa. If it's not them, it's Bianca Belair. I can name like 6, 7 people.
Bianca Belair's not here. And Charlotte and Alexa.
She's on her right back, and she's going to be positioned higher than her.
Charlotte and Alexa, they're a nice act. No disrespect. I'm not going to do this. This fucking, I'll be nice. We'll keep it together.
What? What am I doing?
Milk upgrade. Some fucking milk upgrade we're giving. I'm not doing this.
Milk upgrade?
Fucking milk upgrade.
I'm not giving them a milk upgrade. I'm going by how they're pushed on WWE television.
Jade is not the number for not one of the top 3 stars, stars on that fucking brand with the way she's pushed. Forget the Big Man Dog's hilarious. Respect to watching SmackDown. Not one of the top 3 stars.
Thank you. I watch.
That's just that's fucking hysterical. Yeah.
That was great. Mark Briscoe was before we get Mark Briscoe, we got a highlight package going over some of the biggest moments for AEW Dynamite to celebrate the anniversary. I thought this was a great showcase of like the major matches and moments that have defined the show. I just wish it really feels like TK is watching this more often, because this feels like back to back. I got 2 things that I asked for last week. We got a recap of the history of Dynamite. I wish we would have got a recap of All Out last week. And then immediately after, Jimmy, we get the Mark Briscoe promo that we should have got last week. Mark Briscoe is backstage and talked about how his life of the last 6 months has been consumed by just 3 letters. MJF. Briscoe says that he learned MJF is all talk and said not to say his brother's name and how words have consequences, something Briscoe proved at All Out. MJF told him he couldn't win the big one, but he must have won one big enough since he sent MJF on an unofficial sabbatical. MJF cost Briscoe from getting the big one, as he wanted a shot at Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship, but MJF cost him that matchup. It was supposed to be Hologram after that, but he got attacked by Kyle Fletcher, and now it's Orange Cassidy. He could be happy for his friends and want to see them succeed, unlike MJF, who's never done that for anybody else. Once Cassidy wins that TNT title tonight, he'll be there celebrating with him while MJF is at home picking tacks out of his damn ass. Good promo. Wish I got it last week.
Same. Nah, I'm over it. I don't care. You clearly don't care. I don't care. Fuck do I care? Great.
Like you gotta understand, like wrestling is one business that it's also about timing. It's so about timing in the ring, when you do a promo, when you do an angle. It's all about the timing, and you gotta strike while the iron is hot. I think they could still get people into the chase for Briscoe going after Kyle Fletcher, because Briscoe is just endearing and very genuinely loved by the fans, but I don't think it's gonna hit at where it could have hit if they would have done things the way we wanted it last week.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Moments passed.
Yeah. Everybody kind of feels the same way, saying it's too late for this. King Potate says Mark Briscoe was 2 weeks too late on this promo. No, you just have a bad source of time, because if he cuts this promo 2 weeks ago, that's before he beat MJF. So I understand what you were going for, but it's just 1 week. Just 1 week. We got Power Driver Finisher says agreed, past due. We also got King Potato says they did show Cody doing the summer daily off of the cage in that a Wardlow matchup. Yeah, they showed love to a bunch of the people that has left the company in the highlights too.
Good. You should.
Okay. Hold on one second. I can't hear you. My headphones is messed up.
Oh.
We got I Make Beats. It says fact checked. Yes, I'm just you gotta be gotta remember that time waits for no man, and shouldn't just be throwing out 2 weeks ago cutting a promo about a win that happened a week ago. Like, that's just how we work. That's just plain math and time. Okay, now I can hear you. I just took off my headphones.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Next up, you get the TNT, the aforementioned TNT title matchup with Kyle Fletcher going one-on-one with Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy comes out to a good reaction. Kyle Fletcher getting some heat for his entrance as well. We're reminded that this was originally supposed to be Hologram, who is on the shelf now for an extended period of time following the attack by Kyle Fletcher on Collision. Cassidy worked early for some early pinfall attempts until Fletcher didn't budge on a sunset flip attempt. Cassidy avoided the brainbuster, tried a backslide. He put the brakes on a Fletcher leapfrog attempt as he casually rolled to the floor. Cassidy tried putting his hands in his pocket, but was booted right in the face, which became the story of the early portion of the matchup. We always say Orange Cassidy kind of gets his powers from putting his hands in his pocket, and Fletcher made sure to always stop him before he was able to do that, just hitting him with big boots and strikes. Back from break, Cassidy tried firing up during Fletcher's kicks. He tried for the pockets again, only to eat another thrust kick right to the chops. You got Fletcher granted Cassidy's witch. He then puts his hands in his pocket, basically feeling very confident where he was at in the matchup. He started putting the boots to Cassidy. Fletcher wanted the lawn dart to the corner, but Cassidy was able to counter into an arm drag, sending Fletcher crashing. We get the little kicks from Cassidy, started repping up with intensity as he tried for a PK, but Fletcher dodged it. Cassidy floated over in the corner and set Fletcher buckle to buckle before hitting a slingshot DDT. Cassidy wanted a crossbody, but Fletcher caught him into a ridiculous looking Michinoku driver where he got the spin and Cassidy landed like right on the side of his neck and shoulder. He tried for the brainbuster again, but Cassidy was able to reverse into the stun dog millionaire. Cassidy wanted another, only for Fletcher to connect with a snapdragon. Liger bomb countered into a Cassidy DDT, followed by a second spinning DDT where he spiked Fletcher for a 2 count. Cassidy wanted the orange punch, but Fletcher spun out of it. They traded power bomb and beach break attempts until Fletcher planted Cassidy with a spinning tombstone for a near fall. Running quarter boot caught Orange as Fletcher wanted the sheer drop brainbuster, only for Cassidy to reverse into a small package. We get both trading thrust kicks. They fight up the ropes. Fletcher crashes as he took the referee while Cassidy was distracted with Don Callis. We then get a man in a hologram mask. Clearly not hologram. I could tell this right from the start, and much of the crowd and the fans watching at home, but none of the commentators could point this out to us. Hologram ran out. He seemed to chase off Callis, only to crotch Orange Cassidy, making it seem like Hologram had turned on the conglomeration. Fletcher then hits the top rope brainbuster right on the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Kyle Fletcher retains the TNT Championship. Fletcher and Hologram put the boots to Cassidy post-match, only for Roderick Strong and Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe to ran out to make the save. Callis brought out the rest of the family as Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, Hechizero, Josh Alexander, and Andrade all joined Fletcher and Hologram on the stage. You get the posing as Hologram removes the mask, rips off his shirt as the light flickers to reveal that it is El Clone, the evil Hologram, who has been being teased the last month or so. It's unfortunate because now that he's debuted, it's right after Hologram has been injured for an extended period of time. But god damn, this Don Callis family is beast. This is like 98 NWO size faction at this point.
Kyle Fletcher, clearly not the most important member of this group. Fuck you arguing me for about these stupid things. Knock it off.
He's the star. He's Steph Curry. Yes, he is. What did you think about the match and post-match?
As usual, I'm annoyed by fucking Orange Cassidy. If you've seen his horse shit, you've seen it once, you've seen it a dozen times. Still, once we got past that horse shit, it's a good match. Orange Cassidy can wrestle. Kyle Fletcher can certainly wrestle. And he's got really overdone, really cartoony, Flair-esque facial expressions. It's hilarious.
You peeped that too in this matchup. I did write that down in my notes. He sounds like he's got the most emotive. No, this is what I wrote in my notes. I was like, he's got the most emotive facial expressions in AEW. It's like he took Shawn Michaels' class in the piece.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody more cartoony off the top of my fucking head. Still not active right now.
Max.
Who?
Max.
Oh, MJF. What you fucking Max for? So like, who the fuck is Max? Caster? Does he wrestle enough to you to even know that?
Oh, it is like Caster. I call him either MJF or Max.
Yeah. It was really good. The hologram stuff was impossibly stupid. I didn't know who it was. I did know it wasn't hologram. I knew that part from the start.
Okay, so maybe it's just me. I watched too much of everything.
Collision.
So
yes,
maybe it's just
I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but the clothes are ill-fitting. That's number one. And number two, I know it's not hologram. I know wrestling story when I see it.
Okay. As long as you knew it wasn't hologram.
Oh yeah. I knew that.
Pissed me off. That's my big nitpick of the whole entire match. It has nothing to do with the match. Well, with the match, I don't think they needed interference. Like, I think they could have done the same thing and just had the fake hologram attack Orange post-match. I think that I don't think I know Orange Cassidy just returned, but does he need to be protected in this way? No. If we're trying to put over Kyle Fletcher, I think it's more important that we just put over Kyle, but I don't think it needed that. And then the commentary acting like fucking idiots. Not like the commentary's whole point is to enhance storylines, put over the storylines, explain it to the fans, but also you're supposed to be an extension of the fans. So when you react to something, you need to act like a fan. And every fan watching, if you watch both AEW Dynamite and Collision, or if you don't, like Jimmy, you all knew that wasn't hologram. So why are y'all acting like it's hologram?
I thought it was a girl at first. I can't hold you. It was like small, clothes don't fit. I was like, no. And he took it off, and I was like, "The fuck is this?"
He's also wearing different tights. That's also a clue. I was like, not wearing the hologram tight.
This was a fucking. I'm not gonna remember his fucking name. The guy who helped Jeff Jarrett in an opening match and he took the mask off. Who was that?
Oh, it was Two Stacks. What's his name?
What a great name that is.
What's his fucking name?
I don't know. That's the reaction.
No, it's Two Dimes because Stacks is the other one. It's Two Dimes. Two Dimes. What is his name? He's a part of the frat house.
Something Carter.
Cole Carter. That's all I needed. I just needed one of the first names.
This got a Cole Carter reaction from me. So that she took shit off and went, all right, who the fuck is this? It's a clone. Wait, what? What is going on? Good Lord. Yeah, this was good outside of that. Two Dimes.
Yeah, I thought the match was excellent until the interference. Still a great matchup. I thought these two guys worked really well together and reminded me that for me personally, I think that Orange is in the top 5 best TV wrestlers in AEW.
Oh,
especially in Dynamite history.
Obviously, Darby's number 1 by country mile.
Yeah.
Joe.
Ooh, yeah. Joe Takeshita.
Yeah. Nick Jackson.
Ooh, you know what? Because he's been delivering.
Yeah.
All right, top 10. Because I might want to, after the run he's been on this year, especially over the last like 3-4 months, Bandito might be in the conversation.
Oh, Bandito's having a great year. He's found his niche as impossibly stupid, heroic babyface. He's up there for dumbest wrestlers, kayfabe wise. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? The Macarena shit?
Macarena.
Who did they face last week? When he was trying to go muscle for muscle.
GOA.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Holy shit, you're dumb, wrestler. This is fantastic.
you brave dummy.
Yeah, it works for me. I like it a lot.
Brody is in that conversation. Yeah, there's a lot. So, but yeah. I think Orange has the resume that backs up being top 5, top 10. We get Renee Paquette. She is backstage with Mercedes Moné, saying that in 16 days, she'll be the longest TBS champion of all time. Monet says that Paquette isn't stupid or dumb and how they should be celebrating her tonight, but also AEW Dynamite 6-year anniversary. Monet says that next week is Title Tuesday in Jacksonville, and she wants her TBS title against someone she's never wrestled, maybe someone who lives in Florida. Paquette brings up her goal to become a 10 belts Monet and brings up the new AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. Last week that was announced. Monet wonders who her tag team partner will be. And in comes Mini Monet. Comes into the shot as Monet is disgusted that Harley Cameron walks in talking about the chemistry they have together. She says that she's like, Harley, by the way, you team up with everybody anyway. So she's like, 1, you team up with everybody. 2, every time they team, Cameron loses. So no, she's not going to team with her. Harley is disappointed to hear this. Minnie Monet says that she's clearly playing hard to get, and we never learned who Monet will be teaming with, nor who she's going to be defending her TBS title against next week. But that's the only title match we got announced for Title Tuesday. I will say my biggest nitpick of this whole entire show, Tony took the punt on next week's Title Tuesday against Showdown.
I would imagine he doesn't want that smoke. Good on you, sir. You learn from your mistakes. Speaking of black women switching promotions and causing me fucking pain, this is probably Mercedes' least offensive promo in a while. I just thought it was passable, mid even.
Well, I mean, what was it where we actually were complimenting backstage Mercedes promos? Who was it with? There's one common factor in all the good or decent or passable in Mercedes promos and interviews this year. It's had 2 people, Minnie Monet and Harley.
Very true. Yeah. Who's she facing? I don't really care. Who's she teaming with? I also don't care. Whatever. Yeah, boy, talking about stocks going down. With me, it's tremendously. Hugely, jarringly. From my favorite women's wrestler to top, 30, 40. Good Lord. What are we doing?
Davion says Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher was fire. We got King Potato who says someone from Florida. Imagine it's Brit. Yeah, people mention that online that Britt now lives in Florida. But it's pro wrestling, guys. Everyone lives in Florida. So like we're not numbering it down by saying lives in Florida.
Yeah. Who cares? It's not Britt, number one. Sadie's not doing that again. I'm down for it. I'm good. She's got utility. I just think she's too stubborn to take a role.
Alexander says, "Ouch! Jimmy got Mercedes and Josh Alexander territory."
No, in the ring, Mercedes has got a swag to herself, where it feels like this is important. I should be watching, not just like somebody going through the motions, putting the audience to tears. How hard do you have to work to put an AEW audience to tears, bored to tears while wrestling? It's literally what they came for. And they're still bored.
I mean, you're talking about AEW crowds. WWE crowds are hot as hell right now. That's what makes me basically realize how not over Rusev is since coming back. And especially when he was up against Dominic this week. Dominic they're reacting to Dominic, everything crazy. Rusev's on offense. Dominic, Dom. Like, we're going to chant for Dom. We don't care about you, nigga.
It might be time to pull the trigger on Dom, by the way. What was I
say? Eddie act worked like gangbusters on Monday. Yeah. Oh my god.
Brilliant. As far as Rusev goes, I'm not entirely sure what he expected. I mean, you've been gone a while, and that audience is kind of phased out to whatever this new audience they have is. And you weren't super duper important before then. I would suggest, if we care about saving this, I would put him in a tag team. This is the easiest way to get anybody over. Put him with somebody who's over. What's Sheamus doing?
I thought that was going to be the whole thing. I thought they were just going to redo the bar storyline.
Why fight this? Rusev doesn't want to do it? Well, guess what? He doesn't have many options. You either go back, you either beg for a job back where you came from, or you do what the fuck I tell you to do. Because we're not doing that fucking Tony Khan thing where you sit at home and get paid. That's not how TKO works.
Nope.
Sorry.
We'd rather let you go or dock your pay.
Absolutely. Stop playing
unless your name is Omos.
Good on you, brother. Keep doing your thing. Somebody who's never had to learn to wrestle. Good for you.
Next up, we got another trios matchup. AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page teaming up with AEW World Trios Champions, the Ops, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs to versus the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Daniel Garcia. Joe was relentless after Castagnoli early on, which really was like kind of foreshadowing for what would kind of be Joe's attitude for the rest of the matchup and what we would see post-match. He was going after the eyes of Claudio, trying to choke him. He had to even be pulled off of Claudio by Hobbs. The commentary talked about how Joe wants revenge for what the Death Riders did to Katsuyori Shibata, as Joe was backed into the wrong corner where Moxley tagged in. He took the referee, allowing Garcia and Castagnoli to double team. We get frequent tags from the Death Riders who keep pressure on Joe. We get Joe hit a leg sweep on Moxley, running senton before tagging in Hangman, who started lighting up Garcia with some forearms and punches and slingshot dive. Back inside, Garcia avoided a pop-up powerbomb, traded big boots, which, of course, Page won that battle until Hobbs was tagged in and started mowing everybody down in his way. He steamrolled Moxley with the big lariat. Garcia tried to attack him from behind, but Hobbs no-sold it, and Garcia got "you fucked up" chants. They were right as Hobbs ran through him until Moxley tried to dive, but Hobbs caught him, slammed him repeatedly on the apron, and ragdolled him to the floor. Hobbs and Castagnoli were slugging it out when we come back from commercial break until Castagnoli powered Hobbs over his head with a gut-wrench suplex. Claudio broke the front face lock on Hobbs to pop Page with a right hand, but that delay allowed Hobbs to hit a snap power slam, but would really become like the difference maker in this matchup and what we would see post-match. As Page was off the apron selling the punch, the camera zoomed in on him as he leaped back on the apron and steals the hot tag from Samoa Joe. As Hobbs tags him in, Hangman starts coming in. He starts running wild. He plants Garcia with a Death Valley driver. We get Moxley tagging in. We get the intense face-off between the former rivals, Page and Moxley, as they start trading shots. You get Castagnoli eventually tagging in. He hits a charging uppercut, but Page is able to kick out. Hobbs ran in. He laid out Castagnoli with a spine buster until Garcia pulled Hobbs to the floor with a front face lock. Joe sent Garcia crashing outside until Moxley laid out Joe with the paradigm shift, but Page laid out Moxley with the dead eye. We got a pop-up uppercut by Claudio, but Joe made the save for that one, leaving to Hangman hitting the dead eye and then finishing things up with the buckshot lariat. 1, 2, 3 on Claudio for the victory here. Hangman and the Ops pick up the win. Very good matchup. I thought everybody worked well here, and they told the story of what we would get in the post-match with the subtle teases to Joe and Hangman. Post-match, Page is celebrating, but he's full of adrenaline. So he starts very aggressively handing the trios titles to Hobbs and Joe. He shoves it to Hobbs. Hobbs, gets the title and grabs onto it. But then he shoves it to Joe's chest, who's already not feeling Hangman after the hot tag. So Joe basically is shocked by how aggressive he just handed him the title. And the title drops to the mat. And oh my God, yo, Joe looked at this like he was a brother who just had his white sneakers stepped on. Like he thought that this was the most disrespectful thing possible. Hangman starts holding his AEW world title high. He starts trying to talk into the camera, but Joe spins his ass around, gets right in his face. Jerry Lynn and a bunch of security rush to the ring, seeing that these two men are heated. We get Joe yelling at Hangman that he's never beaten him and that he's never lived a day of his life greater than him. He said, I will fuck you up. I will kick your ass. TBS and HBO Max were bleeping the hell out of all of this, but I was watching on Triller. This was awesome. Joe's yelling. Joe threw. You get Hangman, who's not taking this serious enough when the security is backing them up. So he pulls up. He walks towards Joe, and Joe pops him with a sucker punch. That shit had me dying. I was like, that shit was awesome. Because security quickly steps in between them. Hobbs had to try to keep the peace, walking Joe to the back as Page told all the security to get out. We then immediately go to Hangman backstage with Renee Paquette when we come back from commercial break. She asks him his thoughts on what just went down out there with Samoa Joe. Paige said in 6 years, he's never been so confused, as Joe had a bitch fit. And for what? Dropping the title while handing it to him? Paige then realized that it was about much more than that when Joe says that I never beat him. It's about Joe wanting a world title match, which is exactly what he said he would do when he won the world title. Paige is grateful for the Ops helping counter the Death Riders at All In when he won the world title. So he's fine with giving him a title match and suggests Wrestle Dream for the match to happen. Then we get the promo of the night. Renee Paquette is backstage with Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs. She asks Joe what happened with Hangman Adam Page, and Joe, with all the intensity of the mid-2000s, just became 2005 Joe all over again. He says it's no surprise and questions if this wasn't a misunderstanding at all with Page. Perhaps he's been so preoccupied with the Death Riders, he forgot who the hell he is. And Page must have forgotten that too. Page has never beaten him. No matter the day, he won't be better than him any day of his damn life. Joe accepts the challenge for Wrestle Dream and says that he's like, what we have right now, that's cowboy shit. But come Wrestle Dream, he'll be introducing Page to a world of deep shit. The match is made official. Samoa Joe, the former AEW World Champion, will challenge AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page Saturday, October 18th, AEW Wrestle Dream from St. Louis, Missouri. Thought the match was very good. I thought this angle was tremendous. I thought Joe was fantastic. He just has all the intensity. You believe everything he's saying. His anger and his upset, feeling disrespected. He did all of this. He got across this whole entire story without saying a word. And then when he said a word, he made it better. That promo was freaking outstanding. Hangman had a great promo. This was so well done between the angle and the two promos that we got. And I'm so happy that AEW did this, because when we get the Hangman promo, I was slightly surprised, because I was like, okay, they followed up the great angle right immediately. That's good. Please give me a Samoa Joe promo too, because we never would do that. And then we got that as well. Mind you, this is also on a show that we got a replay of the Andrade angle. I was like, where did this come from? These following up on angles. Like, this is not the AEW I'm used to. They were on point with that stuff last night. What did you think?
I thought the match was fine. It's hard for me to get into any Death Rider stuff. And this was no different. Good Lord. If I have to see Claudio or Moxley in a fucking ring again anytime fucking soon, it will be too fucking soon. That aside, I thought Hobbs had a couple really good spots, which got a big reaction out of the crowd, particularly that slamming on the ring apron. Very big deal. Felt like a monster. Felt like somebody important. Like if I had to say he was the opposite of somebody, I would say he was the complete opposite of Josh Alexander, if I had to. So as far as the
roll Josh Alexander show,
as the match went, it was fine. Joe and Hangman being the standouts, obviously, for the story. Post-match, that was really well done. Why the fucking security decided to come out and not, I don't know, to protect Kenny Omega from getting their ass beat or anything like this, who knows? But apparently, we can't have baby faces.
Priorities, sir. Priorities.
Good Lord.
Gotta protect the champion.
That was great. Hangman's promo was really good, though with some scattered boos in there, because it is fucking Samoa Joe. Let's be completely clear. And Joe was obviously fantastic. As far as the match goes, that's a really solid. Joe hasn't exactly been pushed like a world beater. So I will say it's a solid main event for Wrestle Dream. I'm here for it. I'm here to see how this develops. Anytime Joe's in the main event picture, things improve tremendously.
It has. It really has. And the fact that a lot of us didn't expect to have another Samoa Joe main event run in AEW, and probably didn't expect him to have another main event run after his first world title run. So the fact that we're getting this, and it didn't come the regular way that it probably would have came, like if this was Tony Khan booking last year. I think if it was Tony Khan booking last year, Joe turns heel, and that's how he gets the match with Hangman. But he's showing a little bit of restraint. This was a cool way to keep Joe as a babyface, but create an issue between him and Hangman, where we have a totally different dynamic as far as like what the crowd reaction is going to be for this AEW World Title match at the pay-per-view, considering this is the first time that Hangman is going up against another top babyface as the champion. We've seen Hangman go against, Will Ospreay, in the Owen Hart Cup, but never as world champion defending against another babyface. I don't even think he did that in his first run, because Bryan turned heel before their feud in his first run.
If this was last time, they would have had this angle of Samoa Joe, and then next week would be a fatal four-way to determine the number one contender with Joe and three people he's obviously going to fucking beat. Therefore, we're wasting everybody's fucking time. Beat the fucking match. Good on you, sir.
It's different. 2025, Tony Khan.
Oh, Jesus.
I just say that to piss you off. That's what I'm here for. But no, I really like this for the AEW Wrestle Dream main event. And it also went back to what Hangman originally said after he won the AEW World Championship. Remember, he thanked the Ops, he thanked Ospreay, thanked Swerve, and he said, I now owe you a debt of gratitude. This is actually him putting it forward. And actually, because Joe didn't win anything, like you said, Joe hasn't been presented as a main event star, but he had an issue with him. Hangman feels like he owes him. So it makes sense from a character level, from Hangman's perspective, of why he's just going to give him a world title shot. You helped me get here. I said I would do it. You got a problem with me? I never beaten you. Let's have this match.
Joe is 40 something, 5, 6. I don't know. How much How much do you expect out of this match? Legitimate question. I don't have an opinion one way or the other.
I think Joe's kind of proven he can still get up there for the big matches. I thought that the match with Moxley in the cage was really damn good. I thought his performances in like the big trios matches, like Spring Breakthrough against the Death Riders, was great. But like I think out of this one, if you're expecting like the nearly 40-minute classic that we got from Kyle Fletcher, we're not going to get that. This just needs to be 15-20-minute brawl.
Yeah, I will say Joe, Punk. I'm sure there's other people I could name, but I can't off the top of my head. This style has aged really well. But you can still do the same shit you're doing 15 years ago now because it's not that fucking hard. It just works. Psychology.
And it's crazy because like when we first saw Joe in like the 2000s, we were like, man, I never seen a big man move so like fast and do tope suicidas. But he's still able to do the tope suicida. It's just slower now. It's just a little bit slower. That's all it is. That's the only thing that changed about his style now.
Good.
He works more like a traditional big man now.
Yeah. And some people's styles don't hold up at all. Like Seth Rollins. No disrespect, sir. It doesn't. It doesn't. How old is Seth? He's younger than Joe is. He's younger than Punk is. They're both better than him right now.
We honestly need to create. I think we're missing out on Monday here. So let me know in the chat if you think we should do this. We need to invent the AEWramble bingo card of Jimmy Macram. It's gonna have like Young Bucks, Josh Alexander, Mercedes, Seth Rollins. You've already checked a couple of these boxes. One of y'all might have bingo by now.
I'm simply pointing out some wrestlers age better than others. That's all. How old is Seth?
Cody Rhodes.
We ain't got to that yet because we haven't brought up star power.
Jack Perry.
Oh, thank God.
The list goes on and on. It's like, this would work. This would very Speedball Mike Bailey.
All right.
He's gotten better with that. That's why that didn't like come to my mind. Because he's
don't worry. He yaps on this fucking show, doesn't he? I remember throwing up. I'm assuming he was
throwing up, really?
So I assume he was talking.
Deion Jenkins says Samoa Joe is a G, most convincing promo in AEW. It's between him and Eddie Kingston.
Right. Got Eddie still here. Oh, fucking Collision. Why?
King Potato says Samoa Joe proves yet again that he's the GOAT of this wrestling shit. We get Power Drive Finisher. He says this fake brawl was better than an entirety of two rosters fake fighting. I'm guessing he's talking about the NXT TNA showdown build up, which had Vic Joseph X, star of the Alliance, Booker T. Have you ever seen anything like this before? I almost threw my remote at the TV, Jimmy.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I mean,
got Kalani Jordan of NXT leading Team TNA.
They really don't pretend very well. I think they pass pretending. I'm not mad. Fuck it. Why pretend? This lady leads TNA. What the fuck? Holy shit. Well, one thing when it's Steve Austin. Kalani Jordan, you fucking serious? All right. Not Jordan Grace or fucking. Well, fuck, you could have used Mariah May. It'd have been a bigger deal than Kalani Jordan.
And then they turned around, Jimmy. They turned around and acknowledged that Jordan Grace is more known for TNA. And had Kalani. No, he had Kalani question her on where her loyalty lies. Like, this bitch is not from NXT with the TNA world title, the captain of Team TNA. She questioned not only Jordan Grace, but Joe Hendry, who's actually contracted by TNA. I'm serious when I say this week's NXT, I don't think there's been a wrestling show that annoyed me more. That like I felt actively like they were insulting my intelligence as watching.
Sound like you're a hater. This sounds brilliant to me. I'm a fan. Good on them. That is so wild.
What the fuck are we doing?
What is going on?
Oh my God. Cross-eyed, Hickenbottom bucket. And yes, Bell. Yes, I didn't even mention that part. It's the fact that Santino, before introducing Kalani as the captain for the women, he says before he announces Mike Santana as the captain for the men, Trick Williams, he's a TNA World Champion, but I'm not going to pick him. He's from NXT. Yet you picked Kalani only for Trick, the TNA World Champion, to be on Team NXT.
What
None of this shit makes sense.
I saw lots of complaints. I just didn't know what it was about. This is awesome. I watched this episode. This is amazing.
You should. You're either going to be so annoyed by the stupidity, or you're just going to laugh. You'll probably just laugh because you have no investment to any of it. I have some investment to NXT. I know it can be good, but my lord, was it bad this week?
Is NXT active? Forget these people don't matter. No offense to anybody involved. Ricky's not involved in any of this, right?
Ricky's the NXT champion. He's the captain.
No, but he's not. Oh God. What about Oba? Is he involved in any of this?
I think Oba's getting called up. He wasn't on or referenced on NXT this week.
I'm not getting my hopes up. Here's the issue. Somebody pointed out that there's nobody on SmackDown who is how do you phrase it? There's nobody on SmackDown who's more over than they were 6 months ago. Nobody. Which is a bit concerning as a general idea. It's a wasteland.
There's a lot of people who are less over. Tiffany.
Yeah.
Tiffany's the first one who came to mind. Like I was
Jacob,
yes.
That's the
that might be like that's gonna be in the question. I'm gonna get your vote, at the end of the year. But I'm really considering that cage match at SummerSlam to be one of the worst matches of the year. Seeing like the fallout from that. Like that stopped his push. Like you cannot, I'm not even debating with nobody. It's been 2 months since that cage match. That stopped his push.
Yeah.
That match being that bad, it stopped it. Triple H was like, can't count on you.
Yeah, he's not a catalyst. Now, to be fair, there's very few of those people around, but boy. My question is, do we risk bringing Oba up on SmackDown? That's a real concern for me.
SmackDown needs him more, that's for sure. And he should relatively have a clearer trajectory to the main event scene on SmackDown.
Certainly. I'd have beat Sammy's first fucking night. But then what? Just fucking hanging out, waiting to die? I'm concerned. I don't know.
I think what was the last effective U.S. champion might have been Logan Paul. I liked LA Knight's run, but it felt like a lot of people didn't feel like that was kind of the solidifier for him as like an upper mid card fringe main eventer that I thought it was.
They tried to use him as like a catalyst, ironically, where he's fighting all these bums. No offense to all the bums on SmackDown. She's not the Santos and Ludwig and what are we doing?
He had already faced Santos like twice, and then faced him twice for the U.S. title.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy's had a good run so far, or at least in entertainment. It's good, but it's been well done.
3 straight back to back bangers with the U.S. Open Challenge. They need to do the U.S. Open Challenge for like at least 2-3 more months.
I was gonna say I would have him do that for 2-3 months sounds good. He would get more and more tired. Then I would just have Oba wash him. 2 minutes tops.
Yeah, take him off TV for like a month or two to make people forget about him, and then boom. Open challenge, Oba comes out, destroys him.
Fantastic. So happy. It won't happen.
And the issue is though, what and then what?
A rematch at Mania or whenever. Pray somebody gets fired before.
It's gonna be Oba and Solo. Oba and MFT.
Oh, good Lord.
Oba and MFTs. Oba versus Solo. Yeah.
It's like Road Dogg doesn't watch the product. Some people are good at certain things. Just let them do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Butterbean and Minoru Suzuki is definitely the worst match of the year. I just say like Solo and Jacob, it was really bad and it hurt their careers. Like Butterbean and Minoru Suzuki's careers weren't hurt by that awful matchup. That it's an all-timer awful. It's one of the worst matches I've ever seen in life. But it did not ruin their careers or stop their pushes in whatever company they're in, like that cage match did to Jacob Fatu. And even Solo, to a certain extent, Solo is not featured on SmackDown as much as he was pre SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix it. I think Jacob's a pretty easy fix. You wait a couple months, I take him off TV, then bring him back. Solo is not being used properly. Solo's hilarious. Let him be hilarious. Why are we having him wrestle every week? It's weird.
They're having him talk more now, but I don't think these vignettes are that effective. He's been doing these vignettes for like a year now, and they've never been that effective.
I'm trying to think of a role for him. I can't think of somebody. I mean, Harley Cameron off the top of my head because Solo is hysterical. But
he is the male Harley Cameron.
Yes, I would just have him do that. He's not a great promo, but he's a good interactor. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
him and somebody else talking is always funny.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. We'll see. We'll see what happens with him. But yes, you talked about it earlier, so I'm guessing this made you upset. So we'll talk about it now. Video package of Jet Speed and Willow Nightingale talking about their run-in with FTR and Stokely last week. Kevin Knight challenges either member of FTR to a matchup on Collision. Nightingale said that she'll be there ringside to have their back. Stokely said that there's no one he hates more than Nightingale, and they have a surprise for her in due time. Since Knight wants to run his mouth, he can have his match, but won't find out who he's facing until Collision, as it will be Kevin the Jet Knight versus either Dax Harwood or Cash Wheeler in singles action. To follow up from last week's angle between FTR, Stokely, Jet Speed, and Willow.
I was going to say Kevin Knight's going to be a star one day, but now with that fucking picture he's got up there, what the fuck is that? That shit is heinous. That is immediately borderline released picture. This is the jobber of this proportion. What the fuck is this? Who approved this shit? Oh, god damn it. Yeah.
Why are you so mean?
Tiny hair and these Bret Hart glasses and this ugly jacket. Who approved this? Oh, that shit is heinous.
Jimmy's like, I didn't approve of any of this. What the fuck is this?
That shit is jarring. That said, this is fine. Stokely's hilarious.
Yeah.
The other two, they were there. Sorry.
You're always shitting on somebody. I just gotta expect it now. Then we got Timeless Toni Storm in her first match back since losing the AEW Women's World Championship at All Out. She's going one-on-one with Ty Mello, who issued a challenge to her. Very serious demeanor for Storm, who isn't even in her usual ring attire, with Taz saying that she's looking almost lost without her AEW Women's World Championship. Ty tried a quick start, but Storm planted her with the spinning backbreaker. They go to the corner where Mello locks in an armbar, and then while in the ropes, as Storm went outside and blocked the PK and planted her face first on the apron as we went to commercial break. Back from break, Mello was hitting running boots in the corner. She went to the well one too many times as Storm exploded out and hits a running face buster for a double down. They start slugfest with each other. Both started counting each other's finishers. Storm connects with a DDT. You get Storm, who spins out of the Thai KO and hits a German suplex. She follows up with the Sweet Cheek music and the Storm Zero for the victory here in just over 7 minutes. Post-match, Storm took the mic and said that at All Out, when the bell rang, she didn't hear victory nor defeat. She heard nothing. But what chance here? Silence so deep, it completely gobbled her up. Storm stared at her and that she was everything that she wasn't, a glorious champion. When she left the ring, all the questions followed her into the dark as she wondered, who the bloody hell am I? Kris Statlander, I'm not finished with you, and need to know one-on-one who is better. Name the time and the place Storm will be. She didn't even finish the line to say timeless, instead dropped the mic as the screen faded to black. Fuck these fans. LVP of the whole entire show, these fucking fans. These fucking fickle sons of bitches giving what chance? What chance? It's outrageous. No wonder there wasn't any more in-ring promos on this damn show. The reason there wasn't any in-ring promos is because they were like, fuck this shit. We're not going to give these fans these no good, ungrateful sons of bitches. Are you muted or am I just not hearing you?
No, that's me.
Okay,
That's me. Yeah. The match was I don't want to say bad.
It's just kind of there.
Kind of there. 2 minutes, 3 minutes too long. We have to pretend like Ty Mello's still a threat. Why? This is over. This has been done for a while. It's
going to be in the tag team tournament.
Good Lord. With Anna Jay, somebody else should be released. What are we doing?
Why do people fight? Why do people have to lose their jobs with you, sir?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Ty Mello cannot be trusted. She makes bad decisions in life. Clearly. With Sammy Guevara, you clearly have a self-destructive streak. We can't have you around our company. That aside, what do I want to say? All right, not released. Ring of Honor. There we go. I always forget about Ring of Honor. I forget about its existence. Shift in the Ring of Honor, where they can learn nothing like they've learned the past 2 or 3 years. Listen, the what chance for Tony? What did I tell you a couple months ago? What did I tell you a couple months ago? You were telling me Tony Storm's wrestler of the year. I said, yeah, right now. Sure. Of course. What did I say? What did I tell you? I said he was going to pass her. Does that look more and more prophetic every day? Because it is what it is. Tony is a gimmick. It's a fun gimmick until motherfuckers turn on you. And then it's just dumb. How dumb is it when they change what? How dumb does Tony look? Sitting there in black and white. Doing a buzz like that. Yeah, now it looks stupid because nobody's into it. Now, this is a one-off. These fans are awful. So I assume it'd be better next week. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, EO's in the best program in WWE right now, so you're looking
Right.
you're looking like the tide is turning around. But I'm not gonna take this crowd as a sign of things to come for now. We'll see next. If next week it happens, then I will. But we got they're in Florida for the next couple of weeks. So Power Driver Finisher says pack it up, maybe have another run in WWE.
It'll certainly go better than it went the first time, but I don't think she should go. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It'll turn around. You'll find another gimmick. Maybe you'll be like Jericho. You just keep switching over and over again so nobody cares.
Who, Ty?
No. Mello? I don't give a fuck about Mello. What? Sir.
I think that's who he's talking about. I think that's who he's talking about.
No, he's talking about fucking Tony. He's talking about Ty Mello.
He's talking about Tony Storm packing up?
Yes. Yeah, pack it up. Fucking timeless thing is run this course. Did you think this is going to last forever? Did you think she was the Undertaker? Is that what you thought? This is going to go on for decades at a time? No. A couple years. Sorry.
Big Man does this. Can't tell if it was just lingering frustration from a boring match or if it's simply a sign of how much influence the Ramble has at this point regarding Tony's promo. I think it was the former. Even though I wouldn't be surprised by the latter. But I think it's the former.
Come on, man. Listen.
And they just added this matchup. Like, it's not like these two women had much time to even put together anything worth a damn.
Put together.
I thought the mixed tag team match was going to be the only woman being represented on the show.
Put together. Ric Flair went out there in front of fucking 500 people with no script, no nothing, and pulled it off. Time Mello can't do 7 minutes. She can't do 7 minutes.
Well, sir, a great philosopher. He's written a book. He's got a successful YouTube channel. He's got a successful show reviewing
What did I
AEW
say?
Dynamite. But he once
What did I
told
say this
me,
now?
not everybody is Ric Flair, sir.
Very true. Very fair point. I agree.
Then we
There was a point but there's a point in time I really loved Time Mello. She had been number 3 on my Ouija board or whatever the fuck. But that time has passed. That time has passed a long time ago. But a lot of shit happened between then and now. Time to let this thing go.
I'm not firing Time Mello. I'll keep her on. We need some fresh bodies in the tag team division. Renee Paquette is backstage with the AEW Women's World Champion Kris Statlander, who says 6 years of AEW and crossing paths with timeless Toni Storm, but they've never wrestled one-on-one. If Storm wants the answer she's looking for, she can have her match at Wrestle Dream. Harley Cameron then bolts in, quickly hyping up Kris Statlander. Statlander asks her about the puppet, about the mini Monet, and she says, "Oh, that's nothing," and then says, "Kris Statlander," and hypes her up before leaving. And it is official. It will be Kris Statlander defending the AEW Women's World Championship against timeless Toni Storm. First time ever one-on-one in an AEW ring.
Oh, I love how we use Harley here. Are we just going to use it for every woman who can't talk? Just put up Harley Cameron, and it'll be better. I suppose.
I want this to be a story moving forward. Is Harley using all her friendships to find a partner for the tournament? I think it should just be Harley interacting with people and asking them to be her partner for the tournament. But nobody knows, and she's asked so many people, and no one knows who her true number one partner is. So everyone turns her down. So she's forced to ask Mercedes again, and Mercedes is not trusted by anybody. She eventually has nowhere else to go, and she's forced to team with Harley.
It sounds like more Mercedes talking. I'm gonna pass on that. I appreciate the effort.
With Harley, more Mercedes talking with Harley. You forgot that addition. With Harley.
At a certain point, you can't keep pouring salt on the turd. It's a turd.
Whoa! Oh my God! Ridiculous. You do know that you do go a little too far with these analogies.
Look, outside of the ring, is she anything but? And when that's the ring, I mean as a person. I mean as a talker. As a person, I don't know. She might be fantastic.
I think
then
she
again,
does
might be
good
fucking-
character. I think she does good character work.
What the fuck does that even mean? You guys use that
means-
entirely too much as a crutch. It's good character work right there. What does that mean? She was acting like a dickhead?
That means I believe her character. The CEO. I believe
I'm
she
certain of it. I buy all of it. Absolutely. Charging $100 for a text message, what the fuck? I buy that's who she is completely. I buy it 100%. No doubt in my mind.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, Statlander's not very good talking. I'm sorry. I don't want to get the loss in the Mercedes. She's not very good. And I don't know if she'll ever be very good. This could be a Benoit situation. Can we just stick with it?
I think that's why they've associated her with Harley, so Harley could come in, be the entertaining talker, and Kris can just focus on wrestling. I will say they're doing a good job of booking her 2 weeks into her title reign, though.
Yes, they're booking her as almost important. You're almost important enough to end the show.
Oh my God! I knew you would find a way to just be like, fuck all that. Almost important.
Oh, Mercedes Republican? I buy that too. I can see that. She seems to type. Tell you the fucking truth. That big Rome was crazy. Yeah. I can see that.
What is wrong with y'all? Y'all are wild. Y'all are some wild kid. That's all I gotta say. Y'all some wild people, man. Can't take y'all nowhere. Then we got here in the chat, Big Man Dog saying I liked Time Mello when I had the mindset of she will improve.
Right? I felt like she had something going. She had a match on YouTube, a tournament of some kind. I think it was with Nyla Rose. I really enjoyed. I remember thinking she's gonna be something one day. I was wrong. I can't get them all right. Can't get them all right.
There's always those one matches that make you be like, I think they might be some. I think for like Ty Mello, it was that one. For Anna Jay, it was the matches with Hikaru Shida that made us go like, might be something. She might be something.
Did Anna Jay have a match with Jade? I thought it was really
yeah, she had a good match with Jade too. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They said they worked on it for like 2 weeks. So fuck. I was like, first of all,
yeah.
Take it easy. No match.
We worked on it repeatedly for weeks. She kept forgetting her spots.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh man. Woo. Then we get pre-tape vignette hyping up a match on Collision for Eddie Kingston facing Dralistico of the LFI. It's going to be 1 hour earlier on Saturday. We got Sammy Guevara, who says Eddie Kingston's momentum will come to a crashing halt as they have a lot of history together. Yes, a lot. Kingston is with Hook and told Dralistico that he's going to get beat up thanks to Guevara running his damn mouth. He catch this ass whooping for him. As it will be Kingston one-on-one with Dralistico. Dralistico does look cool in this graphic. I will give him that.
He does. And he looks like shit. That's a star if I've ever seen one. That picture of Hook and Kingston you just saw, that's a man uninterested in this program. Holy shit. And has Hook ever looked whiter? I don't think so. What is going on here? We're just killing all the vibes.
I think Kingston is just working himself back into play. I'm hoping that Tony Khan knows the star that Eddie Kingston is, and that this is a Kingston. This feels like more of a Kingston decision than Tony, to be honest. Okay. Kingston is not. He doesn't have any confidence right now. I know that from.
Oh, I can see that.
People that I've talked to that are close to him. He doesn't have any confidence right now. So this does feel like this is him easing back in and Tony trying to ease him back in.
All right. I mean,
we'll see. He's like, not gonna hold my breath. GOA is next. Bishop Khan and Leona with Ricochet in their corner versus the Swirl, Blake Christian and Lee Johnson.
Crazy name.
Ricochet is on commentary and talks about the conspiracy theory of getting screwed out of his title matches recently, saying even referee Aubrey Edwards is in on it. Khan and Leona take turns lighting up Johnson in the corner with chops. Blake Christian eventually makes a blind tag. Khan ate a series of kicks and a handspring corkscrew. Christian went for a third, but Khan caught him into a fireman's carry into a double knees. Johnson makes the hot tag. He ran wild for a bit. Leona tried to slow his momentum down, only for Christian to start flying through the air with a tornillo. Khan made the save, allowing Leona to steamroll Christian with a pounce. In the ring, they finished off Johnson. They hit the corner, big boot, and then cannonball, followed by the open the gates for the 1-2-3. Post-match, Ricochet left the commentary table. He delivers a spirit gun to Johnson with GOA holding him, only for the music of the Hurt Syndicate to hit. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP walk out. MVP has a microphone, and he said that at All Out, he embarrassed himself, and he owes an apology to every Hurt Syndicate fan, allowing a bald, booty-shaking flip. He didn't even know the line he was trying to say. He got fumbled a little bit, and his backup dancers to beat MVP, contemplating maybe he's lost to Steph, but MVP knows that he could still fight. So he doesn't want to wrestle. He doesn't want any DQs, countouts, or any 3 counts. He wants a no DQ street fight. Ricochet, he gets the mic thrown at him and catches it perfectly. Ricochet says that he had to hold back Khan, and MVP said that he'll call Bandito out here to throw his bitch ass around again. MVP says that he wants to fight next week, and Ricochet accepts the challenge, and it's on a street fight trios matchup, Hurt Syndicate versus The Man, a rematch from All Out next Tuesday. What you think?
Not much. This first of all, the match was a waste of my time, much like the previous match. I'm trying to be as succinct as I can about this. What is going on with the Hurt Syndicate? This is kind of jarring to me. The fall from grace. MVP talking about the fans when he went out of his way to shit on them just a few months ago, which didn't make so much sense then. Like, this doesn't make much sense now. This is the lack of planning, as far as they're concerned, is concerning to me. I don't know who's at fault. At the end of the day, it always stops with the boss. That'd be Tony Khan. But a lot of this feels like MVP's call, and it's not very good. I've seen the match. This match will be fine, but so what? Who cares? What are we doing? And get Ricochet off of commentary. Have we not forgotten what happened just last week? He's not very good. He's another solo guy where he's good when he's playing off somebody with scissors or swerve or somebody. But just him talking, please don't. Please, no. Your voice, you're not a very impressive voice. You don't have a very impressive presence. You look goofy and you stab people. That's fun. That's cool. Everything else, please don't.
He's cut down on the goofy outfits, which has made him a little less entertaining.
Yeah,
but I do think that they're gaining something out of this program. They're at least establishing themselves as a group. I didn't need it to go past All Out, though. I think they accomplished their goal. They had a very good matchup. The demand won. They got over. They were the ones that were less over than the Hurt Syndicate. The Syndicate put them over, established them as a group. They should have immediately won the trios titles by now and make this feel more important by adding titles to it, at least, if you're going to continue it.
That would have worked. That would work for me. I mean, this program has gotten Gates Vagany over, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I think the other four, not really, but the other three have come out now looking the best for it. Lashley, this feels certainly below Lashley's status. What am I dealing with these people for? The fuck? Lord.
We need Lashley to go after the unified title or something.
Ooh. Well, once Takeshita one did. I can't imagine Lashley and Okada.
Oh my god.
Their best work in a match. All kind of match. Especially just on regular TV. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Shit. Holy shit.
We're gonna stare at each other for 10 minutes.
Rainmaker pose. Bobby Lashley does. Almighty pose.
And Tony Khan spends $500,000 on this fucking match. Good Lord.
So immediately after Renee was with Kris Statlander, we get Alicia too is backstage with Don Callis, who is alongside AEW Unified Champion Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. Callis said, just when you think the family is down and out, he adds 2 new members in El Colon and Andrade. Callis issues a challenge for next Tuesday to Brodido, as they're not done with them quite yet. In Jacksonville, he wants them to verse 2 of his best charges from the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. Takeshita immediately cuts off Callis and wasn't thrilled about teaming with Okada. He said, I got the team with him? Okada says that, yes, you heard it right. It's you and me. And before Okada can finish and say bitch, which you know he wants, Callis is like, oh no, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you guys are fine. It delighted him. He says, yes, you guys are gonna team on Tuesday and you're gonna take down Brodido. So for Title Tuesday, this sounds like it's a non-title match, which I think makes sense if it wasn't Title Tuesday, because I do think you do the non-title match, you have Okada and Takeshita win that to set up a tag team matchup. Because I feel like this point is quite obvious they're delaying this first showdown for the Continental Classic. So I understand putting them together, changing the dynamic up instead of Callis putting them in a match against each other in a 3-way. Now he's trying to put them together to kind of forge their connection and their bond with one another. So it makes sense from the Callis family story that they're telling, from the Takeshita and Okada part of this, and the Brodido. It just doesn't make sense to do a non-title match on Title fucking Tuesday.
Maybe you should stop naming all these fucking events. For why? This gotta be some fucking shit I'm not saying here.
They do better in the ratings. That's what I've always been told.
I don't even understand that logic. You do better in the ratings, but they're being put out at a 30% rate. Like, do we even know that? Like, this is insanity. That aside, who cares? Okada Takeshita, I like their dynamic. When is the Continental Classic? Is it November?
Starts in November.
I don't have that in me. I'm sorry. Because it's not gonna be the first match, so I already struggle to give a fuck. Good luck to you. That's all I'll say. Wake me up when it happens.
Oh yes, the question was like, "You want me to team with who?" Davion says Okada was about to say something crazy to. You can tell he had it on like the tip of his tongue. You can tell he was about to say some wild shit to this dude. We got Will Chisholm. Our boy is back with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Will, for the support.
Listen up, you prick.
Will says EO trying to win Wrestlers of the Year in October with the Mayu match and the tag match. LOL. Yes, it was announced last week. EO Sky will be returning to Japan to appear at Marigold again, this time facing her career-long rival, her former training partner in Stardom's dojo, and one of the greatest women's wrestler of all time in Joshi wrestling, Mayu Iwatani. So that should be match of the year campaign.
Yeah, as I'm trying to win Wrestler of the Year. I see you mean like overall Wrestler of the Year, because as far as women's Wrestler of the Year, this is a wrap. I tried to tell the homie here, and when was it? When did we do that? August? I was like, yeah, Io's number 2 right now, but like
she's my third.
Stop it. Now that she's lost the belt,
she is. She's third to me.
Now that she's lost the belt, she'll be wrestling a lot more because Triple H is. If he's watching, Triple H is odd book. I wasn't gonna call you idiot, sir. Triple H has odd booking.
Now he don't want to call Triple H an idiot.
I'm not gonna call you idiot, sir.
Oh, man.
Unlike Andrade, I'm not gonna start burning both bridges. I burn one bridge. They keep the bridge open. Yeah. Once again, if he was gonna wrestle, he was the best in the world. He was gonna pass everybody. This is a wrap. Sorry. I know you guys watch those fucking however many meter dash and the fucking Usain Bolt is 4th. And you're like, oh, he's gonna lose. Like, really? Have you not seen how this works ever? This is over.
Okay. We'll see.
How long has Io been the best wrestler on the planet? What are we doing? Only she got passed up because dummy. Sorry, Triple H. I get a better shit about Io. Because dummy decided to put her on the shelf for 3 months. Why? Now that she's off the shelf, this is a wrap. It's over. Sorry.
We shall see. We got another super chat donation once again from Will Chisholm. Will Chisholm came back with fierce super chat.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Will says, remember when y'all was going at it over Mercedes and Becky, and now SP3 is a Becky fan, and it's not just because me saying it, Becky is saying it.
Who did she reference recently? It was somebody else.
Bleacher Report.
Ew.
Bleacher Report did their top 25 women's wrestlers of all time, I think like 2 weeks ago, and they put Becky number 1.
Brilliant.
I was like, I looked at the list and I was like, this seems like cheating. Their top 10 was exactly the same as me.
I told you nailed it outside of number 10.
Yeah, they took her out and put in Rhea at number 4, which I thought was a little. Yeah, I was like, you could have simply just took Alundra out and put Rhea right there. I think that, or put Rhea close to Bianca. Like they had Bianca at like 6 and Rhea at 4. I'm like, at least put them right next to each other. Like that's how I did it. I put Trish and Lito next to each other. I put Sasha and Bayley next to each other. I put Charlotte and Becky next to each other. Those people should be close to each other. I think Bianca is closer to Rhea than I don't know. It was strange.
Yeah, Rhea's. I mean, listen, in 2025, in 5 years, unless Triple H has a brain injury and hurts what's left of his, I'll be nice. In 5 years, Rhea's going to put this out of reach for everybody, which will be a contest that we even have, discussion we even need to have. But until then, I can't put it that fucking high. She's probably closer to 10 for me. I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Mercedes and Becky. Yeah, boy. No, there's that. That happened. How long? When did Mercedes get here? When was this?
March 2024.
March 2020. That's a year and a half. Boy. It's up to you. I'd still be waiting to fucking brag on this Mercedes thing. I want to do it the first week. It's over.
Fan perception has changed since Mercedes got here. Imagine if I was like, Mercedes is the one who really
turned it around.
He turned this company around. Women's World, thank you again, Will Chisholm. AEW Women's World Champion Kris Statlander teaming up with Darby Allin against Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta of the Death Riders is our Tornado Mixed Tag Team main event. And boy,
Wheeler Yuta. Go ahead.
Hey, Darby and Kris.
Marina Shafir. What the fuck?
Hey, one side is main eventers. Statlander and Darby cut off the Death Riders in the crowd during their entrance. Statlander chucked Yuta into a wall while Shafir briefly locked Darby in a rear naked choke. Statlander had helped Darby as the ladies brawled to one side of the arena where Shafir locked Statlander in a head scissors. She just propped herself up on the railings and then did her in a head scissors choke. That was dope. She drops her face first onto the barricade. Then you get Allin, who held Shafir and Yuta, as Statlander jump off the retaining wall onto the pile. Spilling to ringside, you get Allin sat Yuta down on a chair. He tried for a plancha, but Yuta moves out the way, and of course, Darby crashes and burns. The ladies brawl to the commentary table where Shafir set Statlander up and lit her up with some chops and kicks. We get the Death Riders standing tall as we go to a commercial break. Chairs were thrown into the ring during the break as Statlander had to fight back, but Shafir split the legs and got just enough of the 619 into a head scissors spike on the apron, with the crowd giving her a hard time. Darby returned immediately and was planted with a German suplex onto a pile of chairs by Yuta. Shafir and Statlander fought atop the barricade, where Statlander got an eye poke and suplex Shafir through. Shafir suplex, I think, Statlander here, and completely misses the table and basically hits her on the back on a chair. Yeah, it was Statlander to Shafir. Basically, Shafir hit the chair instead of the table. Then back inside, you got Allin and Yuta fighting. He hits him with a brutal superplex onto the pile of chairs. Both fought back into the corner. Yuta delivered a hangman's neckbreaker onto the apron. Yuta grabbed a bag from under the ring and dumped out tacks on the mat. But then you get Statlander cut Yuta off, only for Yuta to hit her with an angle slam. Yuta looked at the tacks and wanted a suplex on top of them, but Statlander reversed with one arm onto a steel chair. You get Shafir applied a rear naked choke, but Statlander spun her around and planted Shafir right into the thumbtacks. Oh, that shit. I just remember every time I stepped on one of my kids' Legos. I was like, oh, spun her around. You see the tacks in her foot. Oh my God. Yuta grabbed some powder, but Darby is able to duck. So Yuta throws the powder into Shafir's eyes, then locks a rear naked choke onto her own tag team partner. Blinded. This leads to Statlander hitting a 450 splash on top of both Death Riders. Then he followed up with the coffin drop onto Yuta. Statlander and Darby get the 1, 2, 3 on to pick up the victory here. Post match, get Statlander and Darby celebrating. Walks out to the stage with an emotionless look on her face as she stares at the AEW Women's World Champion. Statlander walks to her and they have a face-off. They both then smile at each other before start throwing hands. Security separates the two women as they head to the back, as Darby is left lighting up Yuta with his belt until Pac runs out of nowhere to blindside Darby. He wraps the same belt he was whooping Yuta with around Darby's neck and starts choking him as John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli join him in the ring. Moxley gets on the mic and he says that at Wrestle Dream, Darby has zero chance at doing what needs to be done to win. Never say die. Relentless Darby Allin. Moxley doesn't know how, but for the first time, Allin will say the words, I quit. Pac picked up Allin and then hits him with a big lariat, turning him inside out as the Death Riders leave Darby laying in the ring. I thought the tornado tag was a lot of fun. It was just a blast. A lot of cool, memorable, innovative spots. The thumbtacks on the foot definitely is the most memorable of all the spots in the matchup. But the suplex off the barricade, not through the table, but onto the side of the table, was nuts as well. So really good work from all four people. The post match, I felt like both post-match angles that they did were leaving a little to desire. I think that if you're going to do the stare down with Tony Storm and Kris Statlander, then just let that be the focus then. This was another instinct of them brawling. If they would have continued the brawl to the back and we would have you would have done the whole thing that you did with the Death Rider and then cut to the back and Storm and Statlander are still brawling, I think that would have gotten more eyes, more attention, and make it feel like there's an actual grudge here between these two women and they're not just fighting for the world title. There's some animosity that's grown here. I think that would have been more effective, or just ending it with the brawl on the stage. Either way, I think once again for a second week in a row, if you just end with the woman, it's a better ending than just another Death Riders heat angle. What did you think?
At a certain point in time, you get tired of seeing the fucking NWO spray paint people. It's just not as interesting as it was the first time. And the fucking Death Riders ain't never been that fucking interesting. So I am certainly over it. Match was good. Match was fun. As much of a not main event as it was. I enjoyed seeing Tony Stat. With you, we'd have stayed with that. I'm good. I'm good on that. You can save that Moxley shit for fucking Collision because I don't watch. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like he has no real Tony Khan, that is, has no real trust in the women's division. People giving a fuck, which is ironic because we're 2 for 2 up here.
Yo, like you're 2 for 2 with Kris, but you just won't give her the opportunity to just close the show with her. Like you could have closed the show with her turning down the Death Rider. You could have closed the show with her brawling with Tony Storm, but you refuse to do it. It's like he's going like 80, 75, 80%, but he just won't go 100 with her, it seems.
Yeah, the vagina thing bothers him. Fair enough. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, whatever you're into. I would, yeah, but listen, we're closing the night with Kris Statlander 2 weeks in a row. We're in a definitely different place than we are right now, which that feels like still, at best, the third most important person in the division. Maybe fourth if we count Willow.
I think they've done a good job, but they could have done a great job if they just would have made those a slight change of, you don't need to do this Death Rider shit.
Ever.
Or this Death Rider shit. This Death Rider shit of her turning them down, that was actually interesting. I actually want to see that Death Rider shit. I didn't need Darby with a flamethrower for you to remind us an hour and 59 minutes into the show that Darby set Moxley on fire for no goddamn reason.
What's a Jamie Hayter blood and guts I've heard about?
So Jamie Hayter faced Julia Hart on Collision. She got the win. Post-match Triangle of Madness jumped her. Then Queen Amanada made the save. They basically got into this brawl, and then when Triangle of Madness left the ring, Jamie got on the mic and she says she's sick of this. You know, you guys took her out. She's been fighting with Julia Hart this whole year, pretty much. You've been fighting with Queen Amanada. I'm done with this. This needs to be settled. It's only 3 words to do that: blood and guts. So November 12th, Greensboro, North Carolina, is the first ever women's blood and guts.
Jesus. I'm taking this. We need to settle this a month and a half from now. What are you even talking about? Good Lord. That aside, good for Jamie Hayter, who I still love, even though I'm not giving much of a reason these days. I still love her. Yeah, let's get to it.
All right, we made it to the end of this AEW Dynamite 6th anniversary. Final call for super chat donations. Appreciate y'all who've already showed your support today. Chuck Berry's, Will Chisholm, thank you so much. Remember to drop the thumbs up, and of course, final thing in the live chat, let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night. Whether you give the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy Macram for AEW Dynamite 6th anniversary in 3, 2, 1. Out of 10, Jimmy, what did you give the show?
After the first hour, I was kind of leaning towards a 9, which felt kind of egregious. Luckily, TK's like, I got you. I'll bring this down. I'm gonna give it 7.5, 7.5, 8 if I'm forced to it. Sounds about right.
Yeah, I was gonna give it an 8.5. This was a really strong episode to me. I thought the matches, there was like 3 very good to great matches on the show, so I'm able to get by the 2 matches that. Why does he always do this? Whenever he has a more than 2-hour show, he books the final portion of the show like it's Rampage. He always does this shit. It just hit me that's what he did is he added a half an hour to the show and booked 2 Rampage ass matches.
I don't know.
Because the lineup outside of that was all full of stars. Like outside of those 2, well, Tony Storm is a star too, so. 5 out of the 6 matches had stars involved in it. But yeah. So yeah, I gave it a 8.5. I thought this was the strongest episode since Cleveland and probably like all in build. This was like really well done. And it checked a lot of boxes where you gave in a vacuum a very good wrestling show, but also you built towards your pay-per-view as well as slightly, ever so slightly, like a toe into the water of building up next week's Title Tuesday and also Collision.
I can see that. Yeah, that was really well done.
MVP for the show, Jimmy.
This is close between Samoa Joe for his performance and Andrade for winning at life. Always. I'm actually leaning Andrade. I'll say that for the moment. I'll go Samoa Joe. Good in the match. Good promo. Samoa Joe.
I'm going to go with Samoa Joe for MVP. That promo was fantastic. And the angle was great. And moment of the night, Andrade's return.
How long has it been? When did he get released from WWE?
September 13th. It's been 3 weeks.
When did he get released the first time? What year was
March 2021.
March 2021. Imagine getting released from your dream job and then having the best fucking 4 years of your life. Good for you, sir. Team Andrade.
No one like Andrade is gonna become like a counselor for like younger stars when he gets older. So like this is what you should be doing. You should just test all the markets, all the companies. You should just try all the companies to see which one works for you.
Absolutely. This generation's fucking Kevin Nash. Keep it up, brother. Work the system. That's why it's there.
That's why it's here. That's why it's here. My match of the night, I'll go with let's go with the opener.
Same. Fantastic. I don't think it was that close. No disrespect to thumbtacks. It's not close. Stop.
Yeah, I also enjoyed the main event and the TNT title match, but that was the match that I had no problems with at all. And what else we have left? Oh, LVP. Yeah.
Don't want to give it to Tony Storm. I don't know if I want to do that. That feels mean. She's already losing the rest of the year. We don't keep rubbing her fucking face. I'm gonna go with bingo. Jesus, let's go with Tay Mello. Sorry, you're back. You lost, and nobody cared.
The correct answer is the crowd. I'm going with the crowd. That crowd.
Why? You were boring us with this promo, lady.
No,
Speed this shit
no,
up.
it was actually a good promo that they didn't even take the time to listen to. Started one word into the fucking promo. The fuck? Not a promo. They didn't even listen. made it to the end of another edition of AEWramble. Appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. And appreciate my good brother, Jimmy Macram here. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media or when they'll see you again.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, where I preach the virtues of killing certain people in society who need to be killed. So beware if that bothers you, I suppose. Cox killed that CEO, I don't know, a year ago at this point. I mean, Charlie Kirk got in the neck. Society is healing itself through bullets.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Revolutions don't come nicely, sir, and they don't come slowly. They come with guns, typically. That's how that works.
That's fucking bullshit.
It's the truth. Read history. People don't give up power. They get shot. All right. We're not advocating that. We're not advocating.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Would you say the society is better or worse after those two bullets? I'd say better by a lot. What would you say? Forget whether it's right or wrong. I'm asking you a question. Better or worse?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I swear, people, I'm trying to just give my spiel and get the hell up out of here. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat, Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat, $3 a month. Gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we are not live here. You can see me and Jimmy on GoatNet series, where we are completing the 1989 trilogy between Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I will be back live here on Saturday at 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time with the True Heel Heat flagship podcast, talking all about Andrade's return to AEW, all the fallout from there. Also got to bring up, we didn't bring it up here on this show, but Santos Escobar putting out a very cryptic tweet after Andrade's debut with the hourglass, saying
no, I'll stay over there. I got my own thing on over here.
He was like, they only need one Mexican. They only need one. We will talk all about that on Saturday. So join us live for the flagship. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and the True Jaw Josh talking all about this week in wrestling. So join us live for that. Tomorrow we got a THH cut drop in, so check that out as well. Before Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 218. El Inicio Anniversario. We are signing off until next time.
Look at that face. He's shocked he pulled this off.
I can't believe this shit.